thank you for stopping by Living To Do's review of Married at First Sight, Season 17, The Reunion, Part 2. Before I get started with the review, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it, and I thank you in advance. So let's get started with this. They start this episode where they left off last episode with Brennan and Emily talking. And basically what we learn from this, Kevin Frazier is speaking with them, and Emily shares that Brennan wanted to sleep with her friend Lily, her ex-best friend. So that's what we learn. I guess Brennan is denying it, but you know what? I believe that's true. I really do. Um, Brennan says that he didn't want a romantic relationship with Emily. He says he's currently now in a happy relationship. I don't know what to believe. Emily thinks that the audience, us, will believe her over him. And she's right. He hasn't proven himself to be an honest person. He still acts weird to me with those little beady eyes. He always came off like a serial killer. Uh, he was controlling her. So I believe her over him. She's right on that. So they end that conversation. And then in the back, they're regrouping. And we see that that Austin is sick. He looked sick out there when he was out on stage there. And, I thought it was in the embarrassment because the way he looked at that pool party after decision day, he then looked sick when things were addressed to him. And I'm sure it was guilt that was bubbling up, and you could see it all over his face. He didn't know how to handle it. And I thought, that's what was going on here. He was going to be exposed, and he is sick to his stomach. He's so much so he leaves, or he goes somewhere, and I guess to rest, while all the guys talk to Kevin Frazier, just the guys. And we learned that Cameron, his health condition was caused by a broken heart. His relationship with Claire. He brings out his EKG readings to show when this event happened to him. So he's really making it seem like Claire really broke his heart, which I'm not sure if that's true. I know it's really weird that his father kind of has the same thing. I don't know if his father has some health condition where it seemed to have happened after his wife left him, which was years ago, and Cameron couldn't tell his father about this experiment, getting married at first sight, because he was on his deathbed and his heart couldn't take it. Cameron is in this experiment, and seemingly it looks like Claire is breaking his heart, and then he has a major heart event that puts him in the hospital or, needs medical attention. And I don't know if he is just really, really smart and he's playing us, or if this actually happened. I'm still thinking about that. I mean, would he go to that length to, lie or create a heart, event just to appear, for sympathy? I don't know what to believe, because I really think Claire is the root to all these people's problems. I think she's the one stirring this stuff up. But anyway, and even if he's having all these heart problems, why would he want Claire back? That never made sense to me. Mm. Okay, so they're on a little break, and the cameras catch up with Claire and Lauren, and we hear Lauren say, basically, why are they feeling a certain type of way over these guys, over these people that are, why are their ugly husbands? That's what she says. She called these men ugly. Claire or Lauren, what if they would have said that about you? I don't know how she can just, before he was a wonderful person, this and this and that, now they're ugly husbands. Ugh, I don't understand her. You must be really hurt. So after the guys talk with Kevin Frazier, Cameron takes ill. He doesn't look well. He doesn't look well to Kevin, and we see him get into an SUV and take off, I guess, to the hotel to rest. Okay, the next scene is, I believe it was Kevin Frazier meeting with the group minus Austin and Cameron. And basically, in this scene, Brennan is really trying to apologize to Emily, and it just felt insecure. It looked insecure. Emily was not really receptive of that apology, and she kept checking him for everything he was saying. If he said something and, that wasn't true, she was just constantly checking him and cutting him off of his robotic, very generic, using keywords, you know, talking with no substance, this apology. Uh, Emily kept checking him, and she kept going off. But then Kevin Frazier, he checks her, talking, telling her a little bit about herself and kind of putting her in her place. And Brennan explains that the problem was shortly after they met, he was turned off. At the wedding, he was told by her girlfriends that she was into one night stands, and he learned shortly thereafter that she's not good with money. These kind of things turned him off, completely off. Without a conversation, without really finding out for himself, he was just, that's what he says is the reason why he wasn't into her. So we finally find out why Brennan was acting the way he did. It didn't really make total sense, but if that's what he's going to give us. So later, Lauren is meeting with her ex-husband, Orion, and they're talking to Kevin Frazier. And basically what we just learned from that meeting was Lauren says you can only meet someone as far as they have met themselves. So you can't change people, they need growth. If they're not there, you can wait around for it. You can probably have obstacles, but that was a great line. And I'm sure she's still trying to jab, her ex any way she can. And I feel that that was a jab too. So, but that's all pretty much the takeaway we got from that. The experts meet with the ladies. And we really didn't learn anything new. The expert meets with the guys, and Austin is there, and Cameron is there, and Austin looks different. Wherever he went, he shaved off his beard because he really looked unkept when he first got there. Maybe he thought if he looked better, he would feel better. I don't know if he threw up in his beard or what, but he shaved off his entire beard for the second half. Cameron, at some point, he was crying, and he said he felt bad to Dr. Pepper because she wanted to get to the bottom of uh, this thing that these guys were doing, creating their own narrative and not letting the process work for them. And he starts crying. Cameron. he cries and he apologizes for lying to Dr. Pepper's face. I guess what he said he was doing or feeling and lying about it, not, working the process. But Cameron said there was no collusion. He didn't make up a narrative. That's just what the girls are doing. They point out, they're doing it in our face. They're all wearing pink dresses in solidarity, and they're all on this one accord. It's more them than us, which I really didn't think that was true. Now, what was interesting with the guys, Brennan apologized to Dr. Pia. Now, this apology seemed more sincere than the apology that he gave Emily. Now, he apologized for being controlling. Um, it did seem sincere, the apology, or well practiced. I don't know. But it did seem and sound better than the one he gave his ex-wife. It seemed like a lot of lies. So they're in intermission because they're going to have one more scene with the whole group talking to Kevin Frazier again. And before that happens, we hear, I guess the cameras are rolling, and Brennan is saying that Emily hated Claire. He really wished that he didn't get them to be friends. Huh. Emily hated Claire? You wouldn't know it now. They're all, together, especially Emily, Claire, and Becca. They're the three musketeers because they're the ones who think their husbands played them. They talked about when Kevin brought them all out, he confronted them about the double date issue. They replayed it where Claire brings it up to Emily that Brennan and Cameron are going to go on a double date. And I always think, see, that's what makes me think Claire, I think she was planting seeds different places to get things started. She just, to me, seems like the biggest instigator, maybe, of all of this. That's what I'm getting. And I remember her going over there and telling Emily that Brennan wanted to go out with, a double date with her ex-husband. And Claire also said that Brennan wanted to date her best friend. I don't know. To me, Claire is just not innocent in all of this. I know they're this whole cast were perpetrators, everybody except maybe Michael and definitely not Chloe. But everybody else perpetrators. And I think Claire is the instigator. It's just something about it. I can't give it all to Cameron right now. It still feels to me that Claire has a big hand in all this crazy, wacky, dismal season. But that is it for this part 2 of the review. Next week, they are doing something else. There's going to be another episode, and they make it seem like Michael is interested in Lauren and that Chloe is mad about it. So we have to see, what are they going to do now? What are they going to stir up to draw our interest, and what's true and what's not? I don't know, but that is it for now. Thank you for staying with me to the end. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it, and I thank you in advance. But I gotta go because I got living to do. Bye.